Alright guys, for the first round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Dragonite. Dragonite is a dragon and flying type Pokemon, so both of us are going to be doing super effective damage against each other due to dragon types being super effective against dragon types. As you guys see, Giratina is very much way stronger than Dragonite. As you guys see from the damage there, we are very much tankier and we do way more damage. So he didn't actually get hit by that Dragon Claw because he did make a very nice swap out into his Lapras on time. So he did take that hit because Lapras is kind of buff. We are going to be doing super effective damage with our Venusaur due to grass types being super effective against water types. He does get his charge room here, but I am not worried because it does take quite a long time to get to that ice beam, and that is going to be the only one that is going to be the super effective damage. But since he did actually shield that first frenzy plant, I did decide to mirror that so we can be even on shields, and so then my Venusaur will also be able to do it, or to get as much damage off as possible. Frenzy Plant does get off, does charge once again. We do get another shield, and our Vine Whips are doing a good amount of super effective damage against him. As you guys see, Vine Whip is very much weaker than the Frost Breath that he is gunning. He does throw in his Surf there. He does get a bit of a farm down. I did think he did under farm there. That was a good play by my opponent. He did make a swap out into a... I am going to make a swap out into my Giratina, but I cannot go for the hard farm down before I don't get more damage off from his Lapras, because that Frost Breath is going to be doing a lot of super effective damage against us due to Ice types being super effective against Dragon types. He does make that swap out into Dragonite once again, but I am not worried because I will easily make that swap out into my Feraligatr to do double super effective damage with our Ice Fang, because Ice types are super effective against both flying and dragon type Pokemon. And as you can see, we do have that one extra shield. His final Pokemon is that Donphan. We are going to be doing super effective damage with both our water and ice type moves, and because of that did allow us to win the first round. Good game to my opponent. Alright guys, for the second round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Swampert. So this is already a very good start for us because Swampert is a water and ground type Pokemon, so he's going to be doing not very effective damage with his water type moves due to water types being not very effective against dragon types. So as you guys saw there, that Hydro Cannon did do not very effective damage. His Earthquake and we'll be doing neutral damage, a lot of neutral damage actually, and his Sludge Wave is going to be doing not very effective damage. We do see him make a swap out into his own Giratina with Shadow Claw, and he is going to be doing super effective. Both of us are going to be doing super effective damage against each other. And yeah, so since he is running Shadow Claw, I do know that his charge moves are going to be charging up way faster. So I do make a swap out into my Feraligatr because I will be able to counter those Shadow Claws and those Dragon Claws. So once again, since he is using Shadow Claw and Dragon Claw, they are going to be doing neutral damage against us, while our Ice Fang is going to be doing super effective damage, while our Hydro Cannon is going to be doing not very effective damage. We do see a shield go through right here. He is down by one shield, and we are ahead of the shields. It doesn't matter if my Feraligatr does die or does faint. I will be able to use a shield here because I do remember that I did have my Hydro Cannon charged up, and I do want to get off as much damage as possible so he will not be able to get to the Dragon Claw on my Giratina. So my Hydro Cannon does charge up. It is going to be doing not very effective damage, but it surely will faint him from the that he is at. We do actually see his second shield come out. He has 1 HP, and I am going to make a swap out into my Venusaur instead of that Giratina. So I did make a swap into Venusaur because I did prioritize my Giratina more. In this situation, dragon types will be doing neutral damage against grass types, while grass types are going to be doing not very effective damage against him. So we are able to go for the very hard farm down with our Venusaur's Vine Whip. His Dragon Claw does get us to half health. We are half health right now, but he does make a swap on to second Pokemon, that Machamp. This is going to be very good because this Frenzy Plant will absolutely destroy him from the that he is at. It does do so much neutral damage against him, and since he is a fighting type Pokemon, I do just make that swap out into my Giratina, he does make a swap out into he does make a swap back out into that Swampert, who will definitely faint to my Giratina because his ground and water type moves will barely even scratch my Giratina. His final Pokemon is that other Giratina with Shadow Claw, and as you guys see, we do have the advantage with that extra shield. He does have 0 shields left. His final Pokemon is that Giratina with Shadow Claw, and I do prioritize Shadow Claw for getting charge moves way faster, but Dragon Breath would definitely out damage him or that Shadow Claw, and because of that did allow us to win the second round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, for the third round, my opponent's first Pokemon is once again a Giratina with Shadow Claw. So I did time that perfectly. I did want my Feraligatr to take the Dragon Claw hit instead of my Giratina, because once again I do want to prioritize my Giratina instead or over all the other Pokemon, because he is very much a legendary. Although legendaries and normal Pokemon don't matter, but Giratina will just slay. He will be able to clutch in those situations where it may seem like you're losing. He does make a swap out into a Cresselia, and I do believe that Feraligatr will probably be my only counter against that Cresselia. So I don't actually decide to throw any shield here, but I do have to play this safe. I can't make a swap out into my Giratina because I don't want him taking that much damage. Once again, I do want to prioritize him more than any of my other Pokemon in this team. So I did make a swap out into Venusaur. Although those psychic type moves will be doing super effective damage against poison types, as you guys saw there, he's doing a good amount of damage with his confusion. And I did remember that I did have that extra Dragon Claw charged up, so this is going to be doing a lot of neutral damage against him. Probably not enough to faint him, but enough for my Giratina to go for the hard farm down. We do actually see his second shield come out, and that is huge for us, because if we do get a very good farm down on this Cresselia, I will be able to spam my Dragon Claws on that Giratina, which will be good. His swap cooldown did actually go down there, so he did make a swap out into that Giratina, which is still okay because I did have that extra shield. My Dragon Claw is also charged up. Once again, Dragon types are super effective against Dragon types, and Ghost types are super effective against Ghost types. So both of us are going to be doing super effective damage against each other with our move sets. Dragon Claw does charge up, it does do super effective damage once again, and from here I do decide to go for the hard farm down, because if I do farm down this Giratina, I will be able to throw his Dragon Claw for his Cresselia, faint to that Cresselia, and then he will reveal his final Pokemon. Dragon Claw does not faint us. It did do a good amount of damage, very close to fainting us, but not quite enough. It does make a swap out into a Lucario actually. So this may or may not be good for us. Since Lucario is a fighting and steel type Pokemon, I do have to make that swap out into my Venusaur quickly, because my grass types are going to be doing not very effective damage against him, because grass types are not very effective against steel types. So I do expect this to be a power punch due to how fast that he did charge up to his charge move, so I didn't have to worry about that. And since Cresselia does come out, I do decide to throw in the Frenzy Plant, but under farmer, because I did want to get at least one hit on that Cresselia, but he does go down to that. Still okay, because my Frenzy Plant is very close to charging up. I do think that my Frenzy Plant will be charging up before he does get that power punch. It actually does. This is huge for us, because although it is going to be doing not very effective damage, Lucario is pretty glassy, so he's going to be taking a good hit from that. He is very low. I still have my Giratina in the back that will be able to come in if my Venusaur will not be able to win this one-on-one against the Lucario. It seems like he does with that 1 HP left on my Venusaur, and because of that, it allows us to win the third round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, for the fourth round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Mewtwo. So this is a neutral one-on-one here, because Mewtwo does have access to many moves that will be doing super effective damage against my Giratina. For example, Ice Beam will be doing super effective damage, Shadow Ball will be doing super effective damage. As you guys saw there, that Side Strike did a good amount of neutral damage, so this could go either way. Although Mewtwo is pretty glassy, the Dragon Claw is going to be doing a bunch of neutral damage against him. So my Dragon Claw does actually get a shield, and I did know that Side Strike will be charging up way faster than my Dragon Claw. As you guys saw there from our first charge moves that we did throw, he did get his Psy Strike before I did load up to my Dragon Claw, and that does give me information that I will be able to shield, because he did shield my first Dragon Claw. He does make a swap out to Kyogre, and Kyogre being an only water type Pokemon, he will be doing not very effective damage with his water type moves due to water type being not very effective against dragon types. Due to Kyogre being a water type Pokemon, once again, that does allow my Venusaur to come out and do super effective damage with his grass type moves due to grass types being super effective against water types. I did decide to go for the hard farm down. As you guys saw there, we did successfully go for the hard farm down, and we do have a bunch of energy charged up. My first frenzy plant from all of that charged energy from the Kyogre will be charging right now. He does make a swap onto Landorus, and that is perfect because my frenzy plants are going to be doing so much neutral damage against him, because grass types do super effective damage against ground types but not very effective against flying types. That will be causing neutral damage against that Landorus. It is still okay if my Venusaur does faint, because I do have that Feraligatr in the back with his Ice Fang, who will be doing double super effective damage due to ice types being super effective against both flying and ground type Pokemon. Landorus does come back out. He does get his charge move off, but as you guys see, I do have my Giratina, one shield left, Feraligatr left, so that Landorus will basically not even scratch my whole team. He does have 0 shields left, and he does decide to surrender, allowing us to win the 4th round. Good game to my opponent.